And okay, the session is started. The recording is started. Okay, so we welcoming you everyone to this News of community. It's been long time. We never been had a chance to talk to each other, and it's around like nearly one year, I guess. So I hope everyone is doing good in your uh, wherever you are living. So hope we can try to have the in-person meetup as soon as possible. So probably next month or something we will be looking at it. So we will come back to you. So today I'm having Lenny on the call. So Lenny is going to take care of the whole session, and maybe Lenny, you can introduce yourself, and then we can
Yeah.
get started.
So, hi everyone. My name is Lini Mold. So I'm based out of Chennai. So in IT industry, I have total 10 years of experience, and in MuleSoft, I have 6+ years of experience. Okay. Uh, yeah. So we'll start. So in this session, we are going to see about deployment, various deployment models, Redis Connect and Redis the connector in MuleSoft. So I think everyone are familiar with deployment models mainly, various deployment models. So this session is for a new MuleSoft learning people, as well as it's a recap for others as well. Okay. So we'll see the deployment. So what is deployment? So deployment refers to the process of making application work on the target device, whether it can be a test server or a production server or our computer or even our mobile device. Okay. So in MuleSoft, we deploy our apps from the Anypoint platform and host them on our Mule service. Okay. So, okay, let's see what is Anypoint platform. In Anypoint platform, we have few components: Anypoint Design Center, Anypoint Management Center, Anypoint Exchange, and Mule Runtime Engine. So here, the first component is Anypoint Design Center. In this, we have API Designer, Flow Designer, Studio, and Mule SDK. Okay. So this API designer, it helps us to design APIs, create ramels, etc. And flow designer, the flow designer is a web-based UI to design mule flows that convenience of web browser. Okay. So studio is a Eclipse based IDE that allows us to create and deploy applications to cloud hub. So coming to Mule SDK, so Mule SDK, it is used to create custom connectors, which again can be created using any Eclipse IDEs. Okay. So next one is Anypoint Management Center. Here the first one is API Manager. So we have created API flows, and we need to manage it using some policies. So that is in the API Manager. So in the Runtime Manager, we used to deploy the application and assign workers, allow it uh, for changing the vCores, for help scaling vertically, horizontally by increasing the vCore size. So these things we will be doing in our runtime manager. Okay. So next is analytics, the number of requests in the time frame, HTTP status codes, or any violations, we do it in the analytics. So access management, here in access management, we help to provide roles or permissions to the user. The next one is Anypoint Exchange. Okay. Anypoint Exchange, it is a link between Anypoint Design Center and Anypoint Management Center. So this in the API, in the Anypoint Exchange, the API connectors, templates, or will publish all those things in the Anypoint Exchange. So it acts as a source control management. Okay, yeah. So next is Mule Runtime Engine. Yeah. So next is Mule Runtime Engine. It provides our environment where a Mule application to run. So it is supported by multiple Mule runtime services like Anypoint MQ, Object Store, Persistent Queues, Enterprise Security, Fabric. Okay. So this Anypoint MQ and Object Store we use in Cloud Hub. and persistent queues we use in on-prem. Okay. So based on this, we are dividing this anypoint platform into two: control plane and runtime plane. So why it is called control plane and runtime plane? In all these components, right, it will do task of controlling. So it is called control plane. And runtime plane, they provide a environment for all the applications to run. That's why it is called runtime plane. Okay. So depending on these locations, control plane, runtime plane, we have different deployment models. Okay. So yeah, our various deployment models are cloud hub, hybrid, PCE, and RTF. Okay. These are the few deployment models. Next. Yeah, let's see about cloud hub model. So this cloud hub model is mulesoft managed cloud hub. And here the control plane and runtime plane, everything is with mulesoft. Okay. uh, so what is the pros are: free deployment, zero downtime, access to, we have access to object store version 2, and anypoint MQs, persistent queues if we go with this cloud hub model. Okay. And what are the cons are domain project not supported. Yeah, here the domain project will not be supported. Workers are very expensive, and VPC and VPN charges are extra. Because if we want to get connected to the this cloud, Mule cloud, we need VPN connectivity, right? So we need to purchase the connectivity, VPN and VPC, and they'll charge extra. So this is about Cloud Hub model. And yeah, next is hybrid. So here, this hybrid model, we have control plane and yeah, control plane is with MuleSoft and runtime plane is with us. Okay. So yeah, control plane is managed by MuleSoft, and we use when we want to move the data out of premise, or long-term strategy, or to slowly move to cloud. If we want to move to cloud in future, we use this hybrid model. Okay. Um, yeah, here the pros are: can utilize shared resource using domain. Yeah, here we can use domain project, but in Cloud Hub we cannot use the domain project. It's not supported. So a domain project means we can able to add our dependencies in our domain project itself, and we can reuse it in all our projects, in all our APIs. We are will design. Okay. And reduce latency. And what are the cons? Okay. Here, upgrades and patch self-manage. It means if some upgrades or patches comes, right, we need to manage it in hybrid. But in the Cloud Hub, it will automatically controlled by MuleSoft. So they will do all the upgrades, patches, everything. Okay. And scalability need extra effort to change the workers, vCores, everything we need to do if it is a hybrid model. Okay. And OS object store is not availed here. Okay. And the next one is runtime fabric. So here we have okay, even here the control plane is with MuleSoft, and this runtime plane is with us. What is the difference between this hybrid model and runtime model is runtime fabric is here in RTF, the Docker and Kubernetes are controlling, but in the hybrid model we have full flexibility to control. Okay, the hybrid model has full flexibility to control, but in RTF we don't have any flexibility, because here we have Docker and Kubernetes. Here also the control plane is with MuleSoft. Okay. Mm. Next one is PCE, Private Cloud Edition. Here, the control plane and runtime plane are secured by the organization itself. So we need to manage control plane and runtime plane by ourselves. We need to use when our security restriction do not allow flow of even metadata outside premise. Okay. Uh, yeah. So Yes. So in all the above models, we have control plane managed by us, right? Yeah, here, sorry, managed by MuleSoft. Control plane, yeah. All this, we have control plane with this MuleSoft. But only in this PCE, we have both the planes, control plane as well as runtime plane is with us. So when do we go with this such a model? Okay, it usually done by banks who believe that their data is highly secured and don't want to risk, or they don't want to give their data to other organization like MuleSoft. Okay, they don't want any other person managing their, and they want to manage their data themselves. Okay, those people go with PCE model. So what are the pros? So control plane and runtime plane are secured by the organization. No flow of metadata to the MuleSoft's Cloud Hub. So everything, all the data are with us. All the exchange assets strictly remain on premise. All the exchange things, everything is with us only. Here okay, there is a big disadvantage here. So self management of CP control plane requires expertise and solving reason. Okay, if we are going PCE model, we need some expertise in our organization to control everything in our data center, right? So if something fails, it will um, yeah, if something fails, it will make a big issue with our system or server or something. Okay, okay, that's all. Next, it's not going. Now we can see a quick comparison of all the deployment models here. Cloud Up, Hybrid, RTF, and PCE. First one is highly available. Let's see Cloud Up. The highly availability is yes, and it is out of box. We don't need to anything do anything. MuleSoft do everything for us. That is a Cloud Up model. And load balancing, even shared SLB, shared load balancer, and DLB, dedicated load balancer, everything is automatically configured. Logging, sorry, yeah, logging, monitoring, everything is there in our platform itself. Object store is supported, object store v2, and scheduling. Okay, after deploying the project, also we can able to schedule in any one platform. Security updates, but there is no shared resources. Okay, in hybrid we need to configure it. Okay, here on-premise load balancer is there. So here there is no logging, but if we go with the Titanium membership, it is available. Okay, monitoring, endpoint monitoring is there. Object store we need to configure in our application itself, and there is no scheduling. There is we need to do the security updates, and I already told above. If some patches or updates comes, we need to do that in hybrid model. Okay, shared resource, yes. Yeah, in RTF, it is highly available, yes. So load balancing, basic load balancer we will use, and here also if there is Titanium membership, the logging is available. So monitoring is, and object store we need to configure. uh, Scheduling, there is no scheduling. Security updates we need to do manually. Patching, this need a lot of effort. If we do manual patching, manual updates, we need lot of effort we need to take. Okay, so shared resource, no shared resource. And PCE, almost say we need to configure everything, because the PCE control plane, runtime plane, everything is with us, right? So we need to configure everything. There is no logging here. And for monitoring, yeah, even any point monitoring is not allowed, only alerts will be generated. And object store we need to configure manually, and no scheduling. Security updates manual, and shared resources. Okay. Yeah. So that's all about deployment models, deployment, various deployment models. Yeah. Any questions in this?
The
Okay. Let.
common chats are disabled. You can go ahead. I don't know why it is not showing. I reached out to the support team.
Okay. 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 So let's move on to Redis connector. Okay. How many of you learned or how many of you worked on using Redis connector? Chat. Okay, what is how do we apply policies in other models than CloudUp? See, we it is in the control plane, right? Even control plane is with MuleSoft, so we have API manager access. See, here, okay. So we configure policies in API manager. This comes under control plane. In CloudUp, it is with MuleSoft only. In hybrid model also, it is with MuleSoft. Here also, it is with MuleSoft. So we have API manager access in our AnyPoint platform, but only in PCE it is with us. So we need to apply our own policies within our data center itself. Okay. Okay, like how you do for CloudUp, you need to apply policies for other models as well. Let's move on to Redis connector. So Redis means remote dictionary server. Redis connector is a open source. It is an open source software in-memory data structure. It will store all the data in memory. It will not store in the disk. So we can use it as a database, cache, and message broker. Okay, it is very fast actually. This Redis connector is very fast when compared to object store. Okay, because it stores the data in the memory instead of disk. So Redis is a key value store. This can be used as a database to read and write data as key values. Key value pair it is Redis. So we can store a value within the key and we can able to access it. It's like a database. It can store data inside. So it is very fast in memory and it is NoSQL database. Like MySQL, Oracle, it doesn't have any tables, rows, functions, SP, stored procedures, or it doesn't use statements like insert, select, update, or anything. Okay, uh, NoSQL database it is. So Redis is very fast and can able to perform 1,10,000 sets per record and 81,000 gets. Okay, setting and getting. Set is 1,10,000. So it uses data structures to store the data. So five primary structures are string, list, set, sorted set, and hashes. Okay. Other than this, we have few data structures such as bitmaps, hyperlog logs, and geopatical indexes. So to prevent Redis from being full, we use time to live. If we enter some time, 30 minutes, 30 seconds or something, the data will live there for only for that minute. After that, it will get expire. So the Redis will not get full. So it is a best practice to use TTL always. And in the Redis, we have a few connection types: cluster, non-cluster, and sentinel. So based on, okay, if we want non-clustered means it is a standalone. If we want to configure something from our local, we use non-clustered. Clustered means AWS or something. Okay. So clustered, it will not highly available or reliability. But data sharding is possible. Data sharding, it is used to increase the performance. So what is data sharding? Data sharding is a technique to split all the data across the multiple Redis instances. So it will split up big data into small chunks, and it will send. And scalability, automatic failovers, everything will be handled by in the clustered, but not in the non-clustered or Sentinel. Here it is highly available. The Sentinel is highly available. So we use this when the data is more when compared to RAM on the server. Okay, this clustered. So this is based on our computer size, RAM size, and this is used when the data is less than the RAM on the machine Sentinel. Okay, these are the three connection types I can show while going for demo. All these connection types. So how to install Redis locally? Okay, okay. Let me show that. Okay, screen share. See the connection types. We have non-clustered, clustered. Redis, Redis. Okay. Clustered, non-clustered, and Sentinel. Three types of connection types we have. I am using non-clustered here because I am using my local host, local system for connection now. So if we use clustered, we need to provide the host, cluster host, password, and TTL. I have one more connection. This is with the clustered actually. No, it is also non-clustered. This is with AWS. Okay. Mm, okay. So how to install Redis locally? So we go here in this location. We have a zip file here. We can download it and just unzip the file. Okay. If we unzip this file, Redis 64.30504, we'll get all this. Okay. Redis. Just unzip it and open the server. The server is now ready to accept connections on port 6379. Okay. So the default port is 6379, which we have to configure in our here, port. Okay. So let's minimize this CLI. So here we can able to add our comments and get the response here. Okay. For example, if we set try set one ONE. So this is the key. One is the key, and this is the value. It gives OK response. So if I want to get that one, get key, that is the syntax for this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have opened that. Now, for downloading the Redis connector, we need to go to Exchange. It will not defaultly, it will not be available in our palette. Okay. So we need to go to Exchange and get the Redis connector. Okay. Can add. I already added here. Okay. Yes. So for Redis, we have a lot of operations like this in our palette itself. Let's see. We have operations, multiple operations like this. Okay. Set the key to hold the payload. If the key already holds the value, it is overwritten. So I showed, right, set. Okay. Set 1 1. That's what I showed. So key is 1 and ONE, it's a value. So for getting that, we use get 1. Okay, so set the key if it is already present in the database, Redis database. Okay, it will overwrite. So for example, if we have set 1 1 now, so if we change the value to 2, it will update it. Okay, uh, okay. Let's see one demo for get set. That is, I'll remove this del here, delete. That is a delete operation. Okay, now I am setting and getting. Yeah, let me run this project. So set the, yeah, this Redis. So I'm sending the key and the value. Okay, tech and MuleSoft. We can flush the DB. If we do flush DB rate, everything will be cleared or deployed. I'm clearing the console here and sending this. Okay, so stored payloaders. This one. I flush the DB here first. Now, if I get what is the, yeah, keys tech, I'll get MuleSoft. I didn't do anything here in the database. Okay, I just send here using the set connector. I set the value. So if I get a tech, we'll get MuleSoft. It's a value. So if I delete it, delete operation, if I delete it, okay, null. So I deleted, right, after setting, getting. So when I set the key value, this is after getting, deleted the payload. So one payload. Okay. So yeah, this is about set, get, and delete operation. And next is set in hash, get all from hash. Even this is same. Here in the hash, it will be stored as like a list. One, yeah, I can show one demo for that. This is add to set second hash, hash, set hash. So here it is set hash variable. I set the variable as payload key. Okay. Headset key value. There it is. Here. Set hash. It is deployed. Sent. Yeah. Enable. So if I get, so now we set two values, get all, get all key. Let's get, so DEC, But in this set get, normal set get, right, it will overwrite. But in this, it will not get overwrite. Same for same DEC key, we have mule and mule one. Okay, it's like a database. It is getting stored. So if I send one more mule two, if I get DEC, sorry, mule two. Okay, likewise, we do add to set. So adding the message payload to the set stored at the specified key. So we are adding some message payload to the uh, for a specified key. We are adding the message payload to them. So if the key doesn't exist, a new key holding will be created. Okay. The syntax is S members and the particular key value. This is like a sorted set. So if we enter, yeah, set in hash and sorted. In the added to set, we have only key and value. In sorted set, we have score as well. Based on the score, it will be sorted when we are getting that. Okay. So decrement, it will decrements the key by the steps. For decrement, we have step. Okay, based on this step, it will decrement the value. So all these operations we can able to uh, perform here. And delete, we already have seen this delete. It removes the specified key if it exists. Okay. Test, expire and expire. Test, yeah, this will test whether the specified keys exist or not. Okay. Expire means we'll give a timeout there. So based on after that timeout, it that key will expire. So we can set it here. Set get. Okay. Expire. Okay. First exist. So at the expire at we'll give a timeout in the Unix timestamp. Yeah, we'll give a timeout format in the Unix timestamp. After that, it will not present. Like this is get from hash. We have already seen. Yeah, for the syntax is h get key and the field name. We need to provide the field name there. Okay, get range by indexed. For that z range and z rev range. And by the score means I have already shown the score number will be there. So based on that we can get the range using the score. So minimum score 1 5 like this we can enter. This is the syntax 1 0, key is the 1, and minimum 0 to 8. Okay. So get ttl is time to live. So for best performance we need to provide time to live, otherwise the memory will get full. Okay. Yeah, increment is it will based on the step it will increment. I think I didn't add it. Increment, yeah, we have step here. Based on the step it will increment the value. And sorted, we have score there. For sorted we have score, and normal increment we have step. And yeah, persist undo and expire or expire it. Yeah, if you want to gain what again Whatever we use expire and expire it, if we use persist, we'll get back. And publish and subscribe we have. So see, it is just like normal publish and subscribe only. We have used any point publish and any MQ publish and subscribe, right? Like the same thing, but here we we give channel one. The same thing we need to add here. Here we can add multiple as well. Okay, like this channel two. Okay, from multiple we can able to get this like topics. Okay. That is publish. And yeah, push to the list means if we want to add something to the list, l push, r push, or the commands we can use directly if we want to add something in the Redis database. Okay, pop from the list. So popping from the list from the desired side, or the list stored at the specified key. Based on the specific key we need to pop. Even this is from set. Okay, the random member, so it reads the random value from the set stored in the specified key. And yeah, this is the range, and these are the some of the some of the operations we have in the Redis. Okay. And okay, we have two features like object store and dynamic features. Object store, this. So using the object store, we are using Redis configuration within the object store. Okay, inside this object store, can use persist, and this is the Redis config. Actually, it is a Redis config. Okay, 637 and localhost. Disconnection success. Always the server should be up when we work on Redis. Okay. Okay, let me run this and show who is. This. Like yeah, we can use object store as well here. It's deployed. Okay, retrieve the payload, leave. So in the retrieve we'll get the value whatever we stored here. So set. Okay, we can check this here. First name in the Redis. Get. So it will be in the ASCII format. The value will be here actually. Leave. If we send through the object store, we'll get in this ASCII format. Okay, this is normal object store retrieve. Here also I'm using the same config, persistent and Redis config. This Redis config. Okay, this is the object store feature in Redis, and next is the dynamic feature in Redis. So for example, yeah, we have this project. Okay, here in this project, I'm just setting. Okay, this is just for each. We are sending multiple DB names here. So for each, the input will be like this. Instance DB. Okay. For example, I have my MySQL configured here, and for one instance, we have multiple DB lineage and the world we can take. So I'm sending the DB name through the input, Based on this DB name, it will hit the Redis for the for the credentials. Okay, so I'm not using any set here. Okay, directly I'm getting, because I'm going to set username and password in the Redis itself. Okay, this is just publish, and it's a subscriber. The database name, it is payload. Okay, DB name, because it will come one by one. Get username. Okay, this is Redis. In the DB, I have configured everything dynamically. Okay, vas.user, even username, password, and DB name uh, dynamically. Okay, it will get the username from here, user, and it will get the password from here, pass. Okay, we don't have any set here in this project. I'm not setting this username and password anywhere. Okay, the username will be DB name, lineage and world. Okay, lineage user, right? So I'm going to set this lineage user. Set lineage user root. Actually, this is my password. What credential? Okay. So root is my host name, username. Host name is 127. That is localhost and 3306. Okay. So lineage user is root. So if I get lineage user, sorry, lineage record. So I'm set the password as well. Pass. Okay. And now I set the lineage user and password. Even for world user, I'm using same DB. This password that will be set world. Okay. Now I set the username and password for both the DBs, lineage and world. So this is going to get dynamically from the Redis database. Okay. This is just a bug actually. There is no error. So I'm just selecting the. Okay, let me show that. Okay. Here in lineage DB, for persons I have 3 rows. In the world DB for persons, the table name is same. Okay, 2 rows. Okay, now I'm going to get what happened. Key must. Okay. Let's get deployed. Okay. In the input, I'm going to send both DB names. So it will take username and password dynamically from the DB. Okay, it got deployed. In the get username read, I have vas.db name user, lineage user, world user. So it will take directly from the Redis. Instead of set, we are setting it directly. So suppose we have 10 uh, what 10 database, we can able to set all the 10 database username and password in the Redis itself, and we can take it dynamically. dynamic and route it to the corresponding DB. So here we need to use only one DB connector. Okay. So based on this, based on the DB name, it will automatically route it. Okay. Now let me send this lineage and world. What happened? DB connectivity. Should- Username is coming as null. World user. Okay, I set it right here with lineage user. Set lineage user. Now get. Okay. Let me check all the username password using get command. Okay. And that is okay. Password get and pass. Get and pass. Set. Get and pass. Okay, now I got all the detail from here. For lineage, I have two, and I have three for this. From the DB, I got Selene and Ferus, and Ferus, and the other one is lineage. Okay, white banner. Okay, so from different DBs, we got it dynamically. Yeah. So this scenario we can use if we have multiple database with same username, sorry, with different username, password, and DB name also will be different. Okay. Here we use only one connector for this. Okay. What else? So these are the some commands we use in Redis CLI. Okay. Setting, getting, and deleting, retrieving, and random number push to the list. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay. So if there are any questions, maybe you can just
Yeah.
drop it in the chat box. I don't know whether I can view it properly, but maybe Lily, I think you can see it. Like if possible, you can just try to share this. I mean, go to the chat box and see whether everyone can message or something like that. Once the QA session is over, maybe we can go ahead and have the trivia
In which scenario
quiz.
we go for object store, and in which scenario we go for Redis connector. Actually, Redis connector, right? It is very fast when compared to object store. So if we want for Redis, we need to purchase actually. But if we want something to be fast, we go for Redis connector, and we need to pay for that. But object store we have in our studio itself, right? We don't have. We don't no need to purchase those for object store. For Redis, we need to purchase, and but it will be very faster as well.
So,
Anything
any other
else?
questions from anyone? Maybe. So, there is no one have any questions. So any questions from anyone? Object store two more. Okay. Did you answer it? So there is a question from Harish Kumar Saravanan. Object
Okay.
store 2 comes under licensing and we have to purchase it, right?
For the cloud upgrade, the MuleSoft will provide object store v2. So if you want, I can show that. While deployment, right, we used to configure object store in cloud up. For other things, we need to manually configure it. So I already explained that here in the um, see only for cloud up. It is available within them within the MuleSoft. For others, we need to configure other models. Mm,
He said okay. I think he's
okay.
okay with it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
So any other questions from anyone? If not,
Okay.
we can go to Q&A session.
Sure.
Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So share. Okay. And I will try to put this over there. Okay. So try to join and go to kahoot.in or dot
Just paste this link in the chat.
chat box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kahoot dot
Copy.
it.
I'm not sure whether I able to put it
I
in.
can do that.
Uh, I don't know.
Kahoot dot it.
1 second. Streaming applications. No. 1 second. Okay, I have it here. So I just pasted the link over there. I believe like everyone can see it. But okay, so 7 people's joined so far, and okay,
Who is Nil?
no, I don't know who's new. Now probably we might need your email IDs after that. Don't forget to send that.
Everyone, please enter your exact name.
Yeah,
Then only we can able to see, right, who is the winner.
are we okay? So let me wait for a moment. So I see 39 attendees is there. Uh, so 35 attendees
35,
there, but
36.
not sure. Oh, yeah. Only 20 so far. Let me wait for a minute. Not, I'm gonna lock this and then I can get started. So only 20 people join. Small. Yep. Gosh.
Is there anyone who is not able to join to this link? Game pin. It is asking.
Check the
Okay.
chat.
Game pin. You can enter as 2965276.
It will be on the screen. So it will be in the screen 2965276.
Some people was not able to join. Ravi Jain, Faizan. Able to join. Okay. 26. 10 more. Not 10, 8 people, I guess.
Pavan, if you're not able to join, like just go to browser, type kahoot.it
IT. Yeah.
and then enter the pin 9 sorry 2965276. We waiting for you, Pavan.
Okay. Few chat I can able to see, and few chat.
Yeah, less than a minute ago, maybe he would have joined it. So okay, let me go ahead and start it. Okay. So Pavan, are you okay? Pavan, come on. I don't see Pavan's name over there. Okay, no problem. Let me go ahead and start. Pavan, you can join it later. Redis.
Question number 5.
Okay. So Praveen Sundar is second, and Hari Krishna is first place. So I would like, let me take a screenshot of it, and so Hari Krishna and others, and share your email ID in somewhere and the not chat box. Just try to ping us in the contact organizer, and then we can give that information, like whatever you want. Maybe we we may get the you may get the certification training, and you may get the voucher code. That's something you can utilize for your MCD certifications, like any of the new certifications. So, Lini and Raghu, do you have anything that something you want to convey, or do you want to say anything?
Uh, so anyone interested for present for upcoming events, okay, so please contact as a organizer or any you can connect. We have a WhatsApp group, Chennai
We can plan
Chennai
an
WhatsApp
in-person
group, and
meetup,
also
right, Raghu, next time? In-person meetup.
Yeah, yeah, that is
yes,
right.
Lenny.
So we are
Yeah.
planning for next month, like maybe next month, maybe in person meetup. So still we are trying to figure out where the location is going to be. So once the location is confirmed, so we will be publishing another one meetup either by uh, last week of August, or else uh, I don't know exactly, but we are trying to chase it. But it's not going to be next 14 days, so it's maybe after that. So let's wait for that, and uh, we can go with it. So if you really have any questions or something, you can go to mulesoft meetup page Chennai, and then you can, there is something called the contact organizer. You can send it over. So